Okay, I believe that we are up and running. Just going to double check that. And yes, it looks like we are. So, welcome to another trivia session where you can test your knowledge with these questions that I'm going to be putting out there. And we've done a lot of trivia in the past. We've done pop culture trivia, we've done movie trivia, we've done Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And this time I decided to make it real easy on everybody and do Are You Smarter Than a First Grader? That's right, first grader. These are going to be easy questions. And all you have to do is join the chat here and let me know the answers. And I'm going to be keeping track of how everybody is doing. So I am monitoring the chat, and as you join in here, let me know where you're watching from. We have people tuning in from all over the world. Sometimes I have to hit that translate button to see exactly what many of you are saying, because some of you join in from Russia and Bulgaria, places in Asia. I had someone making comments on stuff from Brazil recently. So this is really a global channel, and I have a lot of fun jumping on here and talking to everybody, and of course, spreading the knowledge, right? So we're going to continue to spread the knowledge, because after you tune in and after you watch this, you're going to walk away with maybe some things that you didn't know about the world, about history, about pop culture, you name it. We're going to be tackling it right here during this live session. So make sure that you like and subscribe and do all those things, because then you'll be made aware of when we do these live streams here on YouTube, which have been increasing in the number of live streams that we've been doing. And I always love to jump on here and connect with all of you. So as people join in, they can go ahead, and whoever gets the first question right, I'm going to mark your name down. We're going to add it to the leaderboard. And then we're going to see if you come out as the champion. And so as you can see, the first question that we have out there is, who was the first president of the United States? And again, these are questions that everybody should know. I mean, you should have learned this in history a long time ago. But that is going to be the first question of this session, is who was the first president of the United States? And also, as you tune in here, let me know how your Thanksgiving went. Maybe you took advantage of Black Friday. Maybe you came across some cool stuff out there. And if so, let me know what you found. We were on here Friday night on Black Friday doing another trivia session. And I think a lot of people were out and about and doing shopping at the time. So we are going to start this session as soon as everybody joins in here. Again, the first question is, who was the first president of the United States? And I think it's one that people really shouldn't have trouble determining. But I've got a lot of other good questions as well that I'm going to be going through. Wanted to make it easy on everybody, just because when we did those questions for who is smarter than a fifth grader, I noticed that there was some difficulty. Some of you did better than others. And so that's why I went ahead with these questions. But yeah, I'm looking at some of these. What is the hardest natural substance on Earth? I don't know if I could have guessed that, but the answer to that one is a diamond. And then here's another good one. What is the national animal of Scotland? Had no idea that the national animal of Scotland is a unicorn. Pretty amazing. I have all sorts of questions that I'm going to be going through here. And if you know the answer to this stuff, all you have to do is just let me know in the chat, and we'll go ahead and document your response. So make sure you join the chat. I'm monitoring the chat, and we're happy to go through it. So a very easy question of who is the first president of the United States. And so since I'm not seeing anything, I'll go ahead and give you the answer is right here. Okay, so we're going to leave that one up. So the answer to that one is George Washington. Now this next one is going to be a more difficult one than that. And I see that we do have some people tuning in. So Aiden is joining in. Hello to Aiden. I think you are the first to join the chat. And we're just going through some trivia questions. So far, the scoreboard is set to 0. As you can see, we have the trivia leaderboard right here. And whoever just, answers these questions right is going to be placed on that leaderboard. So let's go ahead and give you the next question here. What is the only bird that can fly backwards? And again, these questions that we're giving you are actually meant for first graders. So it's supposed to be easy questions. So go ahead and take some guesses. Let me know in the chat if you happen to know any of this stuff. What is the only bird that can fly backwards? And I'll give you guys hints along the way too. This is a bird that comes in all sorts of different colors, and they're very small, and they make a high-pitched noise as they fly. And I don't know if I've ever seen them fly backwards, but they do fly backwards. They hover, and they can maneuver very easily. So let me know if you happen to know the answer to this. Again, I'm monitoring the chat, and we're going to put your name on the leaderboard if you happen to know the answer to this, to these first grade level questions. We're going to test your knowledge, and we're going to see if all of you have been paying attention in class, or if you have been studying up and reading books. And even though these are easy questions, this is still stuff that I didn't know. So this is not something that I would have known, the only bird that can fly backwards. And I'm not seeing any answers right now. So I'm going to go ahead and type this out in case you were thinking that this was it. There you go. The answer is a hummingbird. Yes, hummingbird is the answer to that. It is the only bird that can fly backwards. Okay, so I've got another one here. And this one, I would be really disappointed if you guys didn't get this one right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type this out. In the game Mario Brothers, what is the main profession? of Luigi. So for anybody who's a gamer out there and you've played Mario Brothers and I misspelled main, that's really nice. I am really struggling. Okay, there we go. What is in the game Mario? Did I misspell that too? I misspelled. There we go. In the game Mario Brothers, what is the main profession of Luigi? So if anybody happens to know the answer to that one, go ahead and let me know in the chat. So think about it. You have Mario, you have Luigi, and you have Bowser. Think of all the characters in that game. Which one is Luigi? He wears the green outfit, but what's his profession? Do any of you know what profession Luigi is? Do you have any idea what that is? If you do, then go ahead and let me know in the chat. I am monitoring the chat, and we're also monitoring the leaderboard, and we still don't have anybody, and now we do. Okay. So Joel Hall, 9198. That is correct. Nicely done. He's a plumber. So now we can add Joel Hall to the leaderboard, which is exactly what we're going to do. So there you go. And then we're going to give you a star for every single one that you get right. Boom. So Joel Hall is in the lead right now. He guessed it correctly that Luigi's profession is a plumber. So nicely done. Joel Hall is in the lead, and nicely done. I'm trying to think of the first time that I was introduced to Mario Brothers. It would have been with the original Nintendo system that came out. I think that was 1989, 90 is when the original one came out. I was playing that game all the time. And then Nintendo 2 came out, and that's when, was it Mario Brothers Part 3, 2 or 3? I really liked that one. And ever since then, Mario Kart, it goes down the list. But yeah, whoever thought that was their profession? Yeah, plumber. Joel Hall is correct. Okay, so we're going to continue on here. This is just, it's random trivia. So some of it you'll know, some of it you may not. But again, it's first grade level. What is the largest living species of lizard? Let's see if anybody knows this. I don't think that I would know this one. What is the largest living species of lizard? Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't looking at the answer right now, I don't know if I would get this correct. But let's see if anybody knows it. And if you do know it, just let me know in the chat. So these things are often pets. People have them as pets. And they're pretty large. No, it's not an anteater. I'm going to give you a hint. So this one, in its name, think of a fantasy character that flies and breathes fire. What is that? What is that character that has wings and it's gigantic and it attacks villages and it breathes fire? And everybody's scared of it. I'm sure you've heard of it before, but if you can think of that name, that's the second part to this one. Yes, correct. Dragon. But that's just one part of the answer. What is the largest living species of lizard? It's a type of dragon. It's a type of dragon. It starts with the letter K. Starts with the letter K. And maybe it's something that you've never heard of before. You've probably seen this in a zoo before. It has sharp teeth, and Joel got it right. Komodo dragon is the answer. Nicely done, Joel. So he continues, yeah, he continues to dominate the leaderboard. We are going to give him another star for getting 2 right now. 2 right in a row. We've got Joel Hall on the leaderboard. And so far, nobody else has been able to take him off the leaderboard. Okay, so this is probably another good one. And again, we're continuing to do first grade level trivia, but don't be fooled because some of this stuff is not always easy. Like, for example, that one, I'm actually surprised that it was considered first grade, because I don't know how many first graders would get that right. What is the main ingredient in guacamole? What is the main ingredient in guacamole? Let's see if Joel gets this one right too. So guacamole, it's something in a Mexican restaurant, and it's an appetizer that you bring out for chips, and Joel got it right again. Nicely done. The green light behind me in my green shirt is a hint right there that avocado is the answer. So that's correct. Avocado is the answer to that. Continues to dominate the leaderboard. So Joel Hall is now solidly in the lead. He's gotten 3 right in a row. All right, I'm looking over the next question here. I still can't believe that these are first grade trivia questions. First grade trivia questions. A lot of first graders, they wouldn't know this stuff. All right, so I think we do have the next question. So we're going to go ahead and type that out. Joel was correct that the main ingredient in guacamole is avocado. The next question is, in what year was the first iPhone released? So we're going to keep that question up there for everybody to see and have a chance at answering that. The first one to get it correct on the chat will go on the leaderboard, and Joel is dominating the leaderboard. So what year was the first iPhone released? Think of all the models that have come since then, since the very first model. It's been in this century, just so you know, it's been in this century. Yeah, I know. It's a tough one. In what year was the first iPhone released? You're going to have to go back a ways. And it's okay to guess. You know, there's nothing wrong with guessing. You don't get penalized for getting it wrong. It's just whoever gets the first question right is going to go up on the leaderboard. So you can just start throwing out dates and we'll see. Yes, that is correct. It is 2007. Nicely done. So Joel Hall, 9198, gets it right again. And the question was, in what year was the first iPhone released? The answer is 2007. So Joel gets that right. And I actually had a cell phone before the iPhone came out. I had a cell phone. The first one I got was in it was around, I'd like to say it was 1995, 96. It was one of those big brick phones. I don't know if you've even seen it. It was a gigantic phone. Actually had really good reception. And yeah, so that was my first phone. And then my first iPhone was, I think I didn't jump on the iPhone bandwagon until probably like 2011 or so. So yeah, Joel gets it right. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the leaderboard. So the thing is, I'm going to have to make his stars even smaller because he's getting so many of them correct that we're going to have to make room on this. Okay, so there you go. Joel Hall is on the leaderboard. He's gotten 4 in a row. And I'm just going to go back through the chat here to see what he got right. So he guessed that Luigi's character was a plumber, correct? Largest species of lizard was the Komodo dragon, correct? Key ingredient in guacamole, avocado, correct. First iPhone release date, release year, 2007. Okay, so he's gotten 4 right in a row. He's probably going to be champion today. Let's see what else. Okay, this is one that, I mean, anybody should get this right. This is super easy. I'm still kind of surprised that this is a first grader question, but I mean, the truth is first graders are growing up in social media, so they're going to know this. A camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform? A camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform? So think of logos. Think of social media platforms. Think of the platform that is all about photography, about posting pictures. And I think the logo color is like a reddish pink. From my understanding, they haven't changed the logo all this time. I think it's been the same this entire time. A camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform? If anybody happens to know the answer to this, let me know in the chat. So far, Joel has dominated this trivia session and has gotten 4 right in a row. We're going to see if he knows this one. Do you have any social media right now besides YouTube? Are you on Facebook or Snapchat or Twitch or X. There's one that I haven't named that I've intentionally left out. So we're going to see if anybody gets this right. And Joel gets it right again. Instagram. That is correct. So a camera inspired the original logo of what social media platform? And the answer is Instagram. He gets another one. So we're looking at 5 in a row. 5 in a row for Joel. And no problem on the phone call. It's pretty impressive. You were still able to take a phone call and get it right, which is fantastic. It just shows that you can multitask. All right, we're going through first grader questions. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, this one. If you were to ask me this question, I'm not sure if I would get it right. But again, first graders are expected to get this right. I probably should know this. How many colors are there in a rainbow? How many colors are there in a rainbow? How many colors are there? There's red, yellow, green, orange, pink, blue. What color am I missing? Do you guys have any guesses? How many colors are there in a rainbow? Let me know your answer in the chat. I am monitoring the chat. How many colors are there in a rainbow? And Joel gets it right with 7. Bianca says 9. Nice try, Bianca. Joel got it correct with 7. So we're going to add this one. We're going to duplicate the star. And so now Joel has 6 correct. 6 correct. Nicely done. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next question. So we did that one. We found out that, so this next one, I understand why first graders should know this, because this is definitely a book that you read in first grade. What does Dr. Seuss's character, Sam I Am, want to serve? What does Dr. Seuss's character, Sam I Am, want to serve? Does anyone have any ideas of what that is? Thanks, Blazing. What does Dr. Seuss's character, Sam I Am, want to serve? Joel gets it right. Green eggs and ham. Nicely done. Okay. So that would be 7. Joel has gotten 7 correct. Now, has anybody here actually read that book? Has anybody read? Nice try, Bianca. That's okay. We will eventually get a question that you will know for sure, but Yeah, has anybody actually read that book? Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham. It was one of my favorite books to read in first grade. Blazing says, yes, I love Dr. Seuss. Yeah. So remember, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so that makes sense. All right, let's see what else we have here. I'm gonna do a tough one. In pre-K, but never again. Oh, you didn't like that one? This next one's not going to be easy. Okay. I mean, maybe some of you will think it's easy. I wouldn't know the answer to this. What is the name of Harry Potter's school? Okay, so what is the name of Harry Potter's school? Bianca says that you read A Cat in a Hat. Very nice. I like Cat in a Hat. What is the name of Harry Potter's school? Blazing got it right. Blazing Genesis gets it right. Nicely done, Blazing. So here's what's going to happen. Duplicate. We've got Blazing Genesis is on the board. And gets a star. Boom, right there. Okay, so that is what the leaderboard currently looks like. Nice job, Blazing. Bianca, you got that one right too. It's just you have to type a little bit faster, but everybody got that right. So Blazing got it right, Joel got it right, Bianca got it right. Nicely done. So Joe Hall is in the lead. Blazing gets a star right there. And we're going to continue going through, we're going to go through these questions. And I think this next one, I'm guessing that one of you guys will get this right immediately, especially if you know of Fortnite. So if you know of Fortnite, this question is for you. Who was the first Marvel character to appear in Fortnite? Who was the first Marvel character to appear in Fortnite? How many of you play Fortnite? It was not Spider-Man. But it's a Marvel character, and I'll give you a hint. In the movie Avengers, this was the bad guy. This was the bad guy. And, well, I mean, think of the movie Avengers. I'm sure you guys have seen Avengers, right? And like who was the ultimate evil character in Avengers who pretty much destroyed everybody? Joel gets it right. Thanos. Thanos is the answer to that one. Yes, Thanos. Nicely done. Joel gets another one. So the answer is Thanos, and we're going to go ahead and add another star for Joel, who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Has gotten 8 correct. So Joel says that he does play Fortnite and knew that it was all about Thanos. All right. So again, we're continuing with first grade questions. This is a question that I wouldn't know this, but maybe some first graders would know this. How many members does South Korean band BTS have? How many members does BTS have? Thank you. I credit that to my 16-year-old son for making me play with him. Nice. Does your 16-year-old son watch BTS? If so, maybe you'll know the answer to this one. How many members does South Korean band? So Bianca, you have to pick one. Now you can't do this or that. It has to be just put a number out there. Put one number out there. Put one number out there. I'm watching the chat. Bianca gets it right. 7. Nicely done, Bianca. And Bianca is on the board. Yep, Bianca gets it right. So we're going to go back to the leaderboard. Let me make sure I got that spelling right. It's actually Bianca with a K. And she says that she just guessed. Nice job. I'm going to go fix that. So it's actually Bianca with a K. Bianca, and we're going to get a star right there. So here's how the leaderboard currently looks. Joel Hall is in the lead with, I'm starting to lose track, but I think 8. I think Joel Hall's gotten 8. Blazing Genesis has 1. And Bianca is now on the board with 1 as we continue with first grade trivia. All right, let's see what else we have here. So this is, I don't know, I hope that you guys are familiar with Peter Pan. I am. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? How many of you have seen Peter Pan? I was introduced to that as a kid, so this is definitely one that I would know. Now I'm looking at the chat. Whoever gets it first, whoever types the fastest and knows it is going to get on the board or add a star. No, I mean, that's the name of the place. Yeah, Neverland. But what's the name of the fairy? What's the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Does anyone know the answer to that? I know someone's going to get this right, and Joel gets it right. Yes, Joel gets it right and guessed it as Tinkerbell. Wendy, no, I mean, I think that's Peter, or wait, Wendy is Peter Pan's love interest, right? Blazing, yes, that's correct. You're just a little bit late on that. So it is Tinkerbell. Joel gets it right. And nice job. And welcome to Akalok, who also said Tinkerbell. So we're going to add a star for Joel. And I can't believe it, but I'm probably going to have to make those stars even smaller in order to fit on the screen, or I'm going to have to just start using that upper area right here because he's getting so many correct. Nicely done. All right, so we're going to continue with our first grade level trivia here. I'm looking through the questions. I mean, this is going to be an easy one. I'm seeing a lot of easy ones right now. So earlier we were talking about Nintendo and we were talking about Super Mario Brothers, so this is kind of in that same genre. Which video game company created the character Princess Zelda? Which video game company created that character? Does anyone know the answer to this one? Which video game company created the character Princess Zelda? I said it earlier in this live stream when I told you about the game system that I was using. No, it's not Sega. It's not Sega. Joel gets it right. Joel got it first. Joel got Nintendo. And then Bianca wasn't sure. Khalik guessed Nintendo just a little bit late. Yeah, so Nintendo is what created that character. So we're going to go back to the leaderboard. Joel gets another one. I'm going to start using this upper area right here to add the stars. I mean, this is starting to look like an American flag. There are so many stars up there. Let's see what else we have as we do first grade trivia. This one, let's see if anybody gets this one. Creator, Friends, and Classic are product lines of which toy? Maybe some of you have played with this. I thought I did. Did you? Well, Khalil, which one did you get right? Khalil's saying, wait a minute, you need to add me. Which one did you get right, though? I'm looking at the chat. Oh, because you got Nintendo. Yes, but this game is only for the one who gets it first right, not for everybody. So you have to be the first to guess it correctly, and then you'll get on the leaderboard. That's how this one is working. So Creator, Friends, and Classic are product lines of which toy? It's not Sega. Joel gets it right with Lego. Joel gets it right with Lego. I did not know that. I used to play with Legos, and I didn't know that these were names of that. Now, did you know the answer to that because this is something that you bought for somebody at some point? We're going to go up and we're going to add another star for Joel. Way to go. Nicely done. So that's how the leaderboard currently looks. As you can see, I'm running out of room for Joel's stars. It's going to take me a while to count exactly how many he's gotten right. Khalil says Sonic literally has a whole movie and multiple video games and multiple real-life toys. Joel says I have children and nieces and nephews. Yep, I can see why you got that correct. So we're going to go back to the next question. All right. Okay, I'm going to type some names here. Kentucky Avenue. Indiana Avenue. Illinois Avenue. Okay, so I just typed out those names which have to do with this next question. So Kentucky Avenue, Indiana Avenue, and Illinois Avenue are all part of a game called Monopoly. Yes, but that's not the question. I figured you would guess that right away, but that's actually not the question. The question is, what color are they on the Monopoly board? What color are these on the Monopoly board? Bianca, I guess you haven't played Monopoly recently. What color are they on the Monopoly board? Joel gets it right with red. Nicely done. See? Just change the color to red. I should have done that as a hint. I should have changed the color of this light behind me to give you a hint that it's red, but you didn't need a hint. You got it right. Khalil, nice try. Joel gets it right, so we're going to go back to the leaderboard. Okay, let's count how many stars he's at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right now it is Joel in the lead with 12. Blazing Genesis has 1. Bianca has 1. As we continue with trivia. No, you should not stop answering. You should not stop answering. Let's see if you can get so many stars that I absolutely run out of room. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. This next one should be good. And I'll tell you what, Joel, for this next one, you are not allowed to answer until 30 seconds have passed. Okay, so we'll just see if any of the others get it right. So Joel can't answer in the first 30 seconds of this. Gives everybody a head start. What is the slowest animal in the world? Okay, so Joel's not going to answer for 30 seconds. And Dave, thank you for joining. Dave has been following this channel for quite some time. And he's been trying to jump in and join one of these trivia sessions. And he's always messaged me saying, I missed it. I missed this one and I was too busy and that sort of thing. So finally, Dave has found some time to jump in here and do this. And boom, right there, he gets it right off the bat. So nice job to Dave, who joins us here. And we're going to add Dave to the leaderboard. Thank you to Joel for taking a back seat for 30 seconds to allow for Dave and others to make their guesses. Okay, so Dave is on the board right here. It's great to see that name. It's great to see that name on the leaderboard. Dave has been one of the biggest supporters of this channel. And nicely done. Hello to everybody who's tuning in. That's going to be Danny. Danny, thanks for tuning in. And good job, Bianca. You did guess the sloth correctly. And you had a good guess there with the snail. Khalil guessed the snail too. So nicely done. All right, so we've got Joel, we've got Blazing Genesis, we've got Bianca, we've got Dave on the board as we continue with first grade level trivia. First grade level trivia. All right, so slowest animal in the world, got that correct. And now we're going to do this one. What are baby goats called? And the first one, Joel, you don't have to wait 30 seconds on this one. You can go ahead and answer if you know it. Anybody can answer this as quickly as you know it, as quickly as you type it, and the first person who gets it right is going to get a star on the leaderboard. Right now, Joel is in the lead, and the question is, Danny says you don't know. That's okay. Dave gets it right. Dave gets it right. They're called kids. Yes, they're called kids. How about that? Danny eventually guessed it. Joel, you guessed it as well. Blazing says calf, but Dave gets it right. So good job to Dave, who guessed that correctly. So we're going to add another star for Dave right here. So let's do a count right here. Joel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Blazing Genesis, 1. Bianca, 1. Dave, 2. And that's how the leaderboard is currently looking as we go through the questions here for first grade level trivia. Some of these questions are not so easy. If I was standing in front of a first grade class asking them that question, I feel like I'd get a lot of blank stares. I'm not sure if many would get it right. And Funny Cookie, yes, you can join. Welcome to Funny Cookie. Thank you for joining. And yes, anybody can join. Anybody who joins, and for as long as I do this session, we're going to continue doing this. So again, the way it works, the way the rules work, I type out a question. It's the first person to answer it correctly in the chat. So I'm monitoring the chat. The first person who gets it right. Now, some people in the past, they were telling me, oh, well, there's people Googling these questions. And that might be true. But the truth is, if you know this, you'll be able to answer faster than somebody who's actually retyping the question on Google. So don't worry about that. Yes, there's going to be some people who eventually will, might start Googling stuff. But, if you know the answer, you're going to get it right within a matter of seconds. And you're going to be able to beat everybody else who is attempting to Google these questions. And actually, from what I see in this session right now, I don't think anybody's doing that. I think that everyone in here is actually just doing it, Khalil, it says you're in 4th grade and these questions are first grade level. That's just insane. I agree. Danny says you're not Googling. I trust you that you're not. Funny says that you're ready. Okay, let's go ahead and go with the next one. This was the last one, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. All right, so again, these are first grade level questions, but there's no way. There's no way that a first grader would get this right. Which bird's eye is bigger than its brain? Brian. Which bird's eye is bigger than its brain? Well, we all know that birds' brains are pretty small. But so this one's going to be like a bird that has a big, so Khalil thinks it's George Washington. Danny says bat. It's not a bat because bats have small eyes. Joel gets it right. Ostrich. Nicely done with ostrich. I'm sure everybody's been to the, oh, Dave, sorry, you were just a little bit late on that one. Cookie, I'm sorry, you were a little bit late. Pigeon was a good guess. Bianca, you were a little bit late on that one, but ostrich, yes. So that was great. That was great. That's what I like to see. All right. So we're going to go back up to this leaderboard. And Joel gets it right. Don't give up, Khalil. Don't give up. Okay, we're going to add a star to Joel right up here, who is solidly in the lead. Again, I don't know if I would have been able to answer that correctly. I don't know a lot about birds. Okay, here's the next one. Where does a dog sweat from? Did you guys know that dogs sweat? So apparently they do, and they sweat from here. Where do they sweat from? Where do dogs sweat from? Danny says the eyes. It's not the eyes. Funny thinks it's the sun. It's not the sun. Joel says paw pads. Dave says tongue. Khalil says the back. No, it's actually paw pads. So Joel gets it right again. Joel gets it right again with paw pads. Okay? Paw pads right here. Makes me wonder if cats sweat from the same. Bianca says the head. It's these paw pads. All right, so I know, Danny, you did say it too. I know that this game is tough because it's just the first person to say it. So you have to be quick at typing too, is the thing. You have to know it and you have to type it. You just have to be quick in this game, and Joel gets it right. Keep trying, funny, and you will get one. All right, so we're going to add one for Joel right here. Duplicate. How many is Joel at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Joel's at 14. And you can see that I'm clearly running out of room here. Okay, so we're continuing with trivia, and this is considered to be first grade level trivia. But honestly, some of these questions are just not so easy. Funny just added their own question. 7 plus 7 is 14. Yes, Dave gets it right. Dave gets it right. There was a Q&A right there in the chat. Nicely done. Boom. You know, math was my worst subject in school. Math was my worst by far. No question. All right, let's get back to this and see what the next one is going to be. Okay, I'm going to make this one hard. What are male turkeys called? I didn't know this. Like, I mean, I'm learning something new with every question here. What are male turkeys called? No, not a chicken. I've never heard this term before. It's not a hen, but this is what they're called. Dave doesn't know. Joel gets it right with gobbler. Joel got it right. Gobbler. Male turkeys are called gobblers. Okay, so we're going to go back to the leaderboard. Joel's going to get this. Now, somebody was really wanting to get on the board, and so they asked me in the chat to ask a question. I'm going to do that real quick. Second president, go. Okay, go ahead. Who's the second president? Who's the second U.S. American president? Go ahead, type it. Hurry, hurry. I'm giving you a chance. Giving you a chance. Whoever asked me that question, I'm giving you a chance to answer it and get a star. Does anybody know? You asked me to ask it. I just asked it. Who's the second president of the United States? I don't even have to look that up. I know what that is. Khalil, you asked me. So Khalil wanted me to ask that question. And Khalil, that is correct. John Adams. Nicely done. So Khalil Kirk is on the board. What's happening, D? Thanks for joining. So Khalil Kirk is on the board. That was me doing you a favor because you wanted me to ask you that question. Okay, so now we've got Khalil Kirk on the board. And we're going to go ahead and add a star right there. And so this is what the leaderboard looks like right now. So as you can see, Joel is solidly in the lead here with this trivia. And we've got Dave right behind, and then Blazing Genesis and Bianca and Khalil. That's what we're looking at right now as we continue along with trivia. And yes, I am monitoring the chat here. Funny Cookie says, I want a star so bad, so I am locking in. Okay. I'm going to give Cookie a chance. I'm going to give Cookie a chance to get this right. Funny Cookie really wants a star. All right, let's see who gets this right. I'm hoping that Funny gets this right because it really wants a star. What color is a hippo's sweat? What color is a hippo's sweat? And this is something that I never knew about, but Cookie, this is your chance. This is your chance to get a star. All you have to do is just start typing out some colors. I'm even going to give you a hint. I just changed the color behind me. What color is that? It's giving you a hint. Cookie, where are you at? Dave says clear. Funny says green. Khalil says pink. Funny Cookie, that was a good guess, but Khalil gets it right with pink. Nicely done. It was actually pink is the answer to that. Yeah. Princess says red. You guys were close. Don't worry, Funny Cookie. Just keep on trying. What color is a hippo's sweat? Answer is pink. And then Khalil Kirk actually got that right. So with that, we've got Joel Hall in the lead, Blazing Genesis with 1, Bianca with 1, Dave Raper with 2. We've got Khalil Kirk with 2. And we're going to continue on here with trivia. See, I changed the color of the light here behind me to give Cookie the easiest hint. I changed the color right here to pink. So, I mean, I drop these hints, right? Like these are some really good hints. I'm going to go back to what matches my sweater. All right, so let's see what else we have going on here. Funny says, I'm not that fast at typing. Dave, I see that emoji. Nice. Khalil says, do some math questions. Yeah, the thing about math, though, those are just too easy, especially if somebody has a calculator right in front of them. It's better to do these types of questions just because these make you think about history and all sorts of different subjects and animals, that kind of thing. I'll tell you what, I'll do one math question. And this is the only math question I'm going to do because I don't like math questions at all. I still remember in high school having to take Algebra 2. I did not like that class because like sometimes you're in these classes and you're like, you know for sure you'll never use it. And that was one of those. I was just like, I'll never use algebra. And it's true. I've never had to use it ever. Anyway, that's how I feel about algebra. But I'll go ahead and do a math question just because someone's asking me for it. So I'm going to make this. All right, let's do 60 plus 55. And it's just going to be the first who gets that right. I know that's a really lame question, but You, Funny. Wait a second. Funny. Did Funny just get that right? Did Funny just get that right? Hold on. 60 plus 55 is clearly 115. Cookie said 115. Cookie got it right. Funny Cookie, who wanted to get on the board, gets it right. Everybody give Funny Cookie a round of applause for getting that correct. Funny Cookie 1 is on the board. So we're going to go back up here. I'm starting to run out of room, so I'm going to put Joel up here. I'm going to make this one smaller. Okay, lesson learned. Next time I'm going to come up with a smaller leaderboard because I'm making these stars too big. I'm making the names too big. I'm making the stars too big. Trying to keep it all in check here. I'm going to move Khalil up. So this is starting to look messy. All right, so we're going to add Funny Cookie. So here you go, Funny. You are on the board. Funny Cookie 1. Whoops. Funny Cookie 1 is on the board, and here's the star right here. Boom. So you got it with a math question. So I guess math must be your specialty because you got that right. So here's how that leaderboard looks. Joel is in the lead with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Blazing Genesis with 1. Bianca with 1. Dave's got 2. Khalil has 2. And Funny Cookie has 1. Funny Cookie got the math question correct. So nicely done on that. Thank you, Funny, for subbing. I appreciate that. Joel says you have a trivia challenge from your bloodline. Where is your bloodline from exactly? Astronomy? Dave says, are you a professor? Yeah, seriously, Joel, are you a professor? Is that how you're getting all this stuff right? Or is it just life experience? Khalil wants some astronomy. I can do that. And I don't even, I have a list of trivia questions over here. Oh, so Joel says the Hatfields, and he's not a professor. So you stem from the Hatfields. Only reference I have to that is, wasn't it a show or something? Hatfields and McCoys. Funny has high IQ on math. Joel says life experiences is what makes him smart. I totally get that. All right, so Khalil wants astronomy. I'm going to do that. And I'm not even going to look up a question. I'm just going to come up with something. Astronomy. Here's a good question because this one is current. So anybody who's been watching the news or paying attention over the past few months should know about this. What is the name of our third interstellar visitor? What is the name? And I just came up with that because I happen to know the answer to that. What is the name of our third interstellar visitor? Joel says it was a feud that stems from a rivalry in the Civil War. One of the coolest places to visit in the United States is Gettysburg, by the way. And I didn't know that. I didn't know the Hatfields and McCoys was from the Civil War, but Anglerfish. No, it's not that. What is the name of our third interstellar visitor? I'm doing astrology, so I'm doing a space question because Khalil asked me to do a space question. I like anglerfish though. 3 what, Atlas? Joel says 3L Atlas. Maybe you mistyped that one. Funny Cookie says, I don't know. Khalil says 3L/else. Elsie. What is the name of our third interstellar visitor? Of course, Earth has had many other interstellar visitors, but this is the one that we've been able to document since we've had the technology to do it. The last one was Muamua, I believe, and I can't remember the name of the first one. But an interstellar visitor is basically something traveling through the universe. It makes its way to our galaxy and passes by just a visitor. Sometimes it can be a comet. Others believe that this is actually something that is not a comet, but it's definitely piqued the interest of astronomers and space historians. Joel gets it right. 3I Atlas. Yes. Initially, Joel said 3L Atlas. It's 3I Atlas. Nicely done. Joel gets it right. And if any of you have not read up, Khalil, you were just a little bit slow on the typing, but you did get it right. Dave says, come on, Professor. Yeah, 3I Atlas. So if anybody hasn't researched that, you should look into it. I've been studying that for a couple months now. This thing was discovered, I'd like to say, in April of this year. And it's a really interesting object. Khalil says you're using the microphone because you don't know how to type. I'm bad at typing. That's okay. Funny Cookie says you wanted to say it, but you're slow. That's all right. Cookie, you got on the board. So we're going to add another star to Joel. Joel is just racking it up. He says he's not a professor and that he has life experiences which give him intelligence. And I believe it. I mean, look at that. He says that his part of his heritage is Hatfield and McCoy, which is amazing because that dates back to the Civil War. All right, we're going to go to the next question. What is the only mammal that cannot jump? What is the only mammal that cannot jump? And I'm monitoring the chat. Does anyone know what mammal can't jump? I know that a lot of you are thinking right now. Khalil says elephant. Funny says, what is a mammal? A mammal is a land animal. Khalil says elephant. Dave says a mole. I'm just, somebody may have already gotten it right. I'm just wanting to see what guesses are coming in. I've never actually seen a mole in person, and I've been to a lot of zoos. Never seen a mole. The thing is, you bring up a good point. Can a mole actually jump? I guess if they get really scared. Funny says elephant. Khalil said elephant first, so Khalil gets it right. Nicely done, Khalil. Yeah, so elephants can't jump. And now that I think about that, I've never seen an elephant jump. I've seen them in their habitat at the zoo, kind of like kicking a ball around and, you know, just roaming around, but I've never seen them jump. Khalil said, I was guessing because I was thinking elephants were too big to jump. You're right. They are too big to jump. And yes, good job, Funny, for guessing that one too. So who gets that right? That would be Khalil. We're going to go back to the leaderboard and see where Khalil is at. So Khalil is now with 3. Boom. Take a look at that leaderboard. I'm really impressed with everybody and your knowledge. When they see a mouse, they jump. That's true. Yeah, I've seen that in cartoons. I've seen elephants jump when they see a mouse because apparently they're scared of that. I'm going to type out this next question here and let's see if anybody knows this. Small blue people live in forest. Small blue people live in forest. Khalil says a game question. Khalil, what do you mean by a game question? Are you wanting me to ask a video game question or like a sports question? Dave said, wait, who said that first? Dave said Smurfs, and then corrected it to Smurfs. Dave gets it right with Smurfs. Small blue people live in a forest. Nicely done. So we're going to add Dave to the top here, or we're going to add a star here. Here. Dave's got 3. Here's another look at the leaderboard. Funny says you're slow. That's okay. Dave says not Avatar. That's correct. But technically, right? Technically, they are blue people who live in a forest. I think if you had said Avatar, I probably would have given you points on that. Khalil says, can you do some gaming questions? All right. Yeah, I can do some gaming questions. I'm just going to do stuff that, so I'll do a gaming question right now. I'm just going to do something that comes to mind. Okay. All right. I got one. Being somebody who played video games from back in the Nintendo era, this is what I'm drawing from. So did everybody see what I just typed? What did I just do? I said pizza and sewers. What does that mean? Khalil wants me to ask a gaming question. I need a full answer. I need a full answer to this video game. A full answer. Dave, you almost have it. I need a full answer. Funny? No, I need a full answer. There's 4 words to this game. 4. That's not it, Khalil. There's 4 words to this game. I'd be really surprised if you've never played this. I mean, then again, this came out probably in the 90s. So Dave got it right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. Nicely done. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So you asked me to do a gaming question, and that's what I did. That's what I've played. That was one of the first games I played back on the original Nintendo system. Dave says, fact, called Hero Turtles in Great Britain. Yes, that's correct, Joel. It's just Dave got to it first, so we're going to add another star for Dave. So, Dave, are you watching from the United Kingdom right now? Is that right? You said you were driving around. Are you driving around right now in Great Britain? It's one place I haven't been before. Dave says, too slow, Professor. Oh, you're in the USA. Gotcha. Maybe you've told me that before and I forgot. Sorry, Khalil, but yeah, almost on that one. You live in California. I used to live in California. I used to live in Sacramento. That's right. I was in the capital city of California. I was there for 4 years. Okay, so you live in California, but you're from Hartlepool in the UK. Gotcha. Yeah, I really liked my time in California and living in northern. Oh, so you're in Sacramento. Nice. Yeah, I would always go up to Lake Tahoe. Whenever I moved to Sacramento, people were always like, yeah, that's one of the great things about living in Sacramento is that you're in between San Francisco and Lake Tahoe. You know, each drive is a couple hours in each direction. So San Francisco, you know, just over an hour and a half, right? And then Lake Tahoe, same. Sacramento's kind of like in the middle. So I'd go up to Tahoe and Reno quite a bit. Okay. Khalil, I think you wanted me to keep doing gaming questions, right? So I'm thinking of another gaming question right now. Oh, so many games. I've played so many games. Okay. I think I've got one. Colorful shapes that fit. Venubo says Roblox. That I wasn't thinking Roblox. Technically, you're probably correct, but the one that I was thinking about is what Khalil. Who got that right? Funny Cookie got it right. Tetris. Dave, you were right behind Funny Cookie on that one. Khalil says Minesweeper. It's actually Tetris is what I was talking about. Nicely done. So we're going to award a star to Funny Cookie right now. Boom. And that's how the leaderboard looks. And at this time, we are going to go ahead and call it the winner of this game, who absolutely dominated, is Joel Hall. So congratulations to Joel. Got well over a dozen stars. Second place, Dave. Dave, second place is good, right? You got 4 stars there. Khalil got 3 stars in third place. And then we've got Funny Cookie, Bianca, and Blazing Genesis behind. So that was great. I'm going to do more of these trivia sessions. Khalil makes a recommendation, do a super hard question. Whoever gets it gets 2 points. Yeah, I think next time I will. because I have to go run an errand real quick, but I'm going to be doing more of these trivia sessions because I love doing these trivia sessions and talking with everybody on this channel. So thank you for joining. I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday evening. Congratulations to Joel. Joel is the champion. Dave says his wife will make sure she wins next time. I bet she will. As long as she doesn't continue thinking that moles can jump, I think that she'll definitely come out on top. Funny says it's Monday for you. Funny, where are you watching from, by the way? Funny, where are you watching from? You said it's Monday already? Does that mean that you are overseas somewhere? Dave says she laughed at that. I've like forgotten what a mole even looks like. I keep thinking of like it looks like a little like a raccoon type creature, but maybe it looks like an anteater. Oh, Funny is watching from the Netherlands. Awesome. It must be pretty late in the Netherlands, right? Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. Funny is watching from the Netherlands. Current time. Hold on. Current time. I could probably just ask Cookie, but I want to look it up. Current time in the Netherlands is 1:25 a.m. Isn't that? Aren't you up a little bit late? Don't you have school tomorrow in the Netherlands? It's 1:25 a.m. Are you just staying up late because you want to, or yeah, you just are? Okay. Well, nice job with the trivia. I'm glad you stayed up late watching that in the Netherlands. Well, this is a good channel to fall asleep to because it's really boring. I'm just kidding. I try to make it very entertaining. So join anytime for trivia. For those of you who are watching, if you haven't subscribed yet, yeah, Joel says get some sleep, youngster. Yes, indeed, get some sleep. And then I got to run. Funny says it's not boring. I try not to be. Check out some of those YouTube shorts too, by the way, on this channel. Dave will tell you, very entertaining stuff. And that's what I try to do. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back soon, and I'll see you next time.